Well, hello there. I tell you, I am so full. I don't know what to do. This morning, I got up and I started to think about this manifold word of wisdom. At first I was going to send this on my radio show, then I started to think about, what the enemy has been doing for decades, and he's still trying us on every end, and that is to make us give up, or make us be exhausted. I talked about this a while back on my radio show about people that are just exhausted in the well-doing, But this manifold word, separation, my God, I talked about this at the very beginning of the year where the Lord was ministering to me about, us changing of the guards. Remember when I talked about in this hour we're in a place where the enemy wants us to think that, if we let somebody go, if we let this thing go, that it's not going to be right. It's going to look like we're a failure. It's going to look like it ain't working out, and people going to laugh, and people going to start talking about, I know they didn't hear from God. But you hear me. Today, separation is very, very important, and the Lord began to minister to me about a word, a word that I need to give you that I want you to pay close attention to. Separation. Separation is so important. Separation means, and I'm just giving you the definition from the Prophetic Bible Dictionary by Dr. Paula Price, but I was going to look it up in the Webster, but it's important that we look at it in the spiritual realm as well. But you go look up separation, and I want to give you some more ways to really look at separation and how important it is that some things you're going to have to change. Some things you cannot revive. Some things you're going to have to make sure that you walk alone. Some things you're not going to be able to share with other people. Some things you're going to have to make sure that you put on a blindfold. Some things you have to walk on the water where it looks like you're about to sink. Some things I do not want to preach, but I'm so full. My God, my God. As I begin to think about how people begin to look at things in the natural and they cannot see in the spirit. I know I'm talking to somebody. Let me go on to this word. So anyway, as I begin to meditate on what God was saying to me concerning this word that I'm about to give you, he began to minister to me about us being just sitting in one spot, saying, when God tells me, when God speaks, when God releases me. Now, he gave me something I've been pregnant with from before the beginning of the new year, and he keeps saying, well, why you keep on asking them? Why you keep on trying to bring them? I didn't tell you to bring them. I didn't tell you to tell them. You know how you get so excited you want to share everything with everybody? But it kept reminding me the message that he gave me before the beginning of the year when I had all those speakers talking about changing of the guards. Separating. I'm so full. When I start thinking about separation, somebody got to separate from a friendship, and somebody got to separate from something that they know that's too hard to let go of, and somebody got to let something die. So something can come alive that God is trying to get out of you. I know I am talking to somebody. We've got what is called addictive thinking. The enemy wants you to listen to its voice. It speaks real, real loud, especially when you got a vision, especially when you don't see provision. I know I'm talking to somebody. Anyway, she gives a description this way. It says isolation for the word separation, isolation for judgment or change. It means consecration for duty to God. Remember, I talked about that? See, consecration means you got to separate. You got to separate out things. You got to separate out thoughts. Thoughts that seem so carnal that you can see a thing, that you can analyze it in your own mind, that you can plug up all the holes on your way. But he showed me like a blindfold this morning. Let me finish the word. I don't want to get off. Put your blindfolders on. And he said, a training, a preparation tool for development. She goes on to give her definition, a positioning for divine punishment. It talks about that in Leviticus. She says here also, Leviticus speaks a good deal about separation inspired by the Lord, as do Exodus and Numbers. But separation is very clear what she says in the very beginning. It's isolation. Not meaning you're trying to make sure that you're going to be a hermit or anything like that. You're going to be all inside and nobody's going to be able to connect with you. And, you're just so spiritual. You can't talk to nobody. No. She's talking about isolation for judgment. That's right. For judgment or change. That means you're trying to make something change. You're trying to see what Daddy is doing. You're trying to see how to push. Come on. Put your feet in the spirit right now. Come on. Push. Come on. Sunday. Push. Push that hell. Push that negative thinking out of your mind. I know I'm talking to somebody. The devil is crazy, he's stupid, and he is a loser. Listen to me. It goes on, she says, to consecrate. Now, some of you have not even consecrated yourself to even get prepared for the new vision or the thing that God is trying to get you to walk on the water about. There's a reason why you got to put the blindfolds on so you can't see the natural. That's right. So he said to consecrate for duty to God. He says here in her definition that it's a training and preparation tool for development. I'm going to stop right there. For development. If there's no transformation, there's no way you can have revelation. You've got to understand, you've got to be able to have something transformed. That means something has to die. Hey, mama, something has to die in order for you to be able to have something transformed to something new. Let me go on, tell you what he said in his word here so I can push forward. Some of you are dealing with separation anxiety. Some of you are still trying to resuscitate things. Some of you have still people on your board, people in your ministry, people on your prayer teams, people that you got doing things have no business that should have been gone. People that you know that God is shaking your body and your mind about day and night. You're just nervous about it. You don't know when they're going to find out about it. But God is trying to get you to see, you already know the thing that's an unclean thing. That's right. That thing that is not consecrated. That person that's still playing church. And you wonder why you got holes in the vision. You wonder why things are not working out. I know I'm talking about. Hey, I'm trying to slow it down. But I'm so full. This is why I have had this time of separation. Just sitting in the presence of our daddy God, saying, what next, daddy? I know I am talking to somebody. And he goes on to say, see, we got to change the guard. We got to let the thing die and quit trying to resuscitate it. And you got to make sure you let go of these things that's causing you stress. That's why so many are dying today. Behind stress. Stress of the thing. Stress of the thing you know that God maybe wants you to let that Cadillac go so you can just get a simple SUV and keep it pushing. They won't stop there. Maybe God wants you to let that person go that you think that's supposed to be the armor bearer, that you think that's supposed to be your administrator, that person you think that's supposed to be your intercessor. Maybe God wants you to tell them, thank you, but I need you to come over here so you can work in the children's church. Yeah, and we'll really see what's really in them. Come on. But no, we want to keep them right there. Why? Because maybe their child's real big, or maybe they're doing something that you figure that's really, really on time, that they can really, really be there when you know you can't be there. I know I'm talking to somebody. Hey, been there. But it's not consecrated. It's not separated. And so you got to move out of your comfort zone. You got to make sure that you deal with your separation anxiety about what you can't see. See, the separation anxiety, what am I talking about that, Dr. Murphy? What are you saying with that? What do you mean by that? Well, what I mean by that there's something that you've got to let go of. There's something that you're just so desperately hanging on to. You have this excessive drive that you consider that it's going to work in the natural for you to make sure things look holy, look good, look very, very super spiritual, and maybe look like you really grow in your church and everything looking all right on your ministry. When God is saying it has to die, it has to be cut off, but you won't let it go, this is why you can't grow. First of all, ignorance is already reigning when you cannot even see or discern the Spirit of God and let alone hear God when he's trying to show you it's over. Celebrate. He put them alone. Stop there and consecrate. I know I'm talking to somebody. Now, and look here. It's very common for us, if we think about it, at our children, when we leave our kids and we first send them to school with their kids and their babies, they first go to daycare or either go to school, When we first send them there, it looks like, that something going to happen to them. They screaming so bad, They holler, they hold on to your clothes before you can let them go to work and leave them at the daycare. It's just like in your spirit, you're like, Lord, they look so scared, But that's what it is. That's a separation anxiety. Because now they cannot understand why did you leave me here? Like us. We're trying to say, Daddy, where are you? I can't understand why would you leave me right here, right at the brink of where I thought I was fixing to explode this ministry, right at the brink when I thought I was fixing to walk through the door of the things that I'm expecting from you. Your expectation right there is in an anxiety, yes it is, in a separation anxiety mode right there. Because you don't want to let God prune you and break you and shape you into the thing that he wants to fire. He won't start there to come and see if you can withstand the thing that you think that you can handle. I know I am talking to somebody. And so because we know that we cannot do anything in our own strength, we got to make sure that we're still enough that we can hear God so he can push you out of your comfort zone so he can push you in the fire, that you're saying, yes, Lord, burn away. I'm willing to do whatever you say, whatever you want, however you want. Now you separated. Yeah. I'm trying to slow it down. But in this moment, we think about these children, how we release them, let them go to school, and we watch them cry because now they're dealing with, childhood separation anxiety. But unlike that separation anxiety, what they call sad, same thing they kind of call sad when you're at home and you're going through grief or depression. But unlike that kind of sad, what this is indicating is that this normal, natural separation that's very difficult for us to push into, see, now it's going to cost you because you've got to separate. Now it's going to cost you because now as you begin to take this advancement, this propelling to the next dimension where God is trying to take you, it's going to cost you to separate. It's going to cost you to master isolation, to master how to hear God alone. That's right. Without those people putting in your ear what you need to do, what you ought to be doing, and those voices talking to you in your head, that self-talk that you think is God. See, now God has got you by yourself. When you're really, really consecrated, now you can separate out hell and say, God, thy will be done. See, now you can consider that God is trying to develop you from these behaviors, separate you from your way so you can have the water walk way. Let me slow it down. Yeah, you got to walk on the water. My God, help me today. I feel so pregnant, but I think I delivered something just now. Thank you, Daddy, as I'm delivering this word. And so here we go. I'm going to end this with this. I want to give you this word, and I'm going to get off here because I think I done said enough in regards to this message today on separation. But here's the key to separation. Are you willing to follow? Are you willing to follow with Abba's blindfold on? It's a kingdom blindfold. It's a separation blindfold. It's a consecration blindfold. Are you really, really willing? It's going to cost you. And sometimes I walk around here and I seek the Lord all day long. And then I'll go out maybe to the store, to the bookstore. That's where I hang out at the bookstore. When the last time you read a book? When the last time you even read a scripture that encouraged yourself? When the last time you hung up that telephone? When the last time you took your finger off of that texting and Snapchatting so God can separate you to hear him concerning your next cry about when, Lord, how, Lord? When you going to do that? See, this is our problem right now. We want to be in all the social media. We want to do everything everybody's trying to do to look super spiritual. We want to have the conference when maybe God ain't even called the conference. You just want to do the thing and try to look like you're doing something and God ain't even in it. I know I'm talking to somebody. See, been there and done that. It ain't worth it. I thank God that I'm 63 years old at this point in my life. None of those things matter to me. Because I believe if I haven't made an impact yet, then maybe God ain't trying to use me. But I believe, bless God, and to God be the glory, that I've made an impact even in your life. Because you had enough nerve to listen to this. You decided maybe God might be saying something through her today. See, maybe God just might have something out of this message that I can think about, what I need to be doing about what the inner voice is saying to me. Yeah, that voice that's holding you back. Yeah, that voice that's making you think it ain't necessary to do all this or that. Yeah, that voice that makes you feel like you don't need nobody. You already missed the boat when you said that. When that voice, you answered and said, you're right, I don't need nobody to mentor me. I don't need nobody to cover me. I don't need no church. Everybody's crooked and everybody's got, they fake. As long as you listen to that voice, then Daddy God is saying, they already lost, and they certainly are not consecrated, and they're not hearing me. They're hearing themselves. Lord, help us today. And so the question mark, the first one is, are you willing to follow? Are you willing? And so the word today says, be willing to follow wherever I lead. Follow me wholeheartedly with glad anticipation, quickening your pace. That means hurrying up to get in his presence. That's why I can easily set the phone down. Yeah, easily shut it down. and say, I'll check with you in a little while. My kids are used to it now. They're saying, Mama's in the presence. That's right. I can't do it. I can't do nothing. You know, he said, I am needing you to anticipate by quickening your pace to get to me. Though you don't know what lies ahead, he said, I know. And that is enough. Is it not enough for you? Because he already knows. And some of my richest blessings are just around the bend, out of sight. But nonetheless, they are very real, even though you can't see them in the natural. To receive these gifts, you must walk by faith and not by sight. This doesn't mean closing your eyes to what is all around you. Yeah, you got to know in the natural, but you cannot see me in the natural. It means subordinating the visible world to the invisible shepherd of your soul. Sometimes I lead you up an high mountain with only my hand to support you. The higher you climb, the more spectacular the view becomes. Also, the more keenly you sense your separation, there's the word, from the world with all its problems. This frees you to experience exuberantly the joyous reality of my presence. Give yourself fully to these glory moments. Yeah, this separation. These glory separation moments, awash in dazzling light. I will eventually lead you down the mountain, back into community with others, and allow you to become who you thought that I wouldn't allow you to be when you were following me. Let my light continue to shine within you as you walk among those that I have chosen and not those that you have decided to resuscitate again. And this thought has come from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7, and Psalms 96 and 6. And so I'm going to close out with this. Listen to me. This is the word he spoke in my spirit when I got up that made me so exuberant to share this message with you today, this manifold word. It says, as long as you remain part in your life test, question marks, I'm going to say it again. As long as you remain part in your life test, question marks, here's what he closed out telling me in my spirit. You will never move toward the answers that I have for you that's pondering in your heart. Well, God bless you, Father. I pray that this word has touched their heart to be reminded that you will never leave them and never forsake them. I think that they have already learned how to separate just from this word, and that they will be able to press forward even in a place they cannot see, because you promised to never leave us and never forsake us. Be sure and read those scriptures. God bless you, and remember, you can't do nothing. Stand parked in the question mark. Love you so much. Please share this message.